guys, it's Jenna Taylor Rigby, and today I'm going to be sharing a talk-through tutorial featuring all Pur Cosmetics products. So if you'd like to see how I got this look that I'm wearing right now, then just keep on watching. So the first thing I'm going to do is prep my skin, and I'm going to use the Pur Cosmetics correcting primer. I got a little sample of this with an order, I think from Ulta, and I figured this would be a good time to use it since this is like, I'm just using Pur Cosmetics products in this tutorial. It is kind of a weird texture. It's kind of a gelatinous, like really thick kind of blue tone primer, which is kind of interesting. I've never seen anything like it, so I'm curious how this works. It's, I think, kind of like a silicone based primer, very similar to like the Smashbox one. I'm just not used to seeing one that's blue. It also kind of has a strong scent, kind of, I'm not sure, but it looks like it'll be good for pore filling, which is something I do need on my cheeks and a little bit on my forehead. I have some residual scarring from back when I had some like acne, you know, back in the day when I was a developing youth. So anyway, just gonna make sure this is nice and into my skin so that I don't have a bunch of extra. I find that sometimes if I don't blend it in well enough, then I end up having it like kind of ball up on my face if I, you know, if there's extra. Anyway, next thing I'm going to be using is the Pur Cosmetics Hydro Fluid Water Serum Foundation. This is in the color light, and the last time I used it, it did look a little dark for me. So if it looks a little dark on camera, I apologize for that. This is just the struggle of being pale and having foundations that are supposed to, you know, work for a variety of skin tones sometimes don't work exactly right for mine. Oh yeah, definitely too dark. Now, even though this is a little bit dark for me, it's okay because in the next step we're gonna brighten it up a little bit, so it will blend all together just fine. Don't you worry. And I'm just applying this with a damp beauty sponge. This one is the Real Techniques sponge. I honestly think this one works just as well as the Beauty Blender. I do find it maybe takes a little bit longer for the sponge to kind of warm up, you know, like you have to use it a few times before it kind of is nice and like super spongy and really easy to work with, just because it is a bit firmer to begin with. But over time, I think this one is just as good, and obviously I like the price point a lot better. Who wants to spend $20 on a beauty sponge? Not me, let's be honest. And this foundation is just super lightweight, which I really like. Okay, I think we're adequately blended. So the next thing I'm going to use is the Cameo Contour, and this is in the color medium, and I'm using medium because I want to use the foundation-y side to highlight under my eyes. I just find that light is maybe a little bit too light for me, so I prefer this one. And I'm just going to run it under my eyes, and then I'm going to run it down the bridge of my nose, and then in this area as well on my chin, and then right in the center of my face. And this is just going to add a little more brightness to my face without looking super crazy. I definitely don't recommend going too much lighter than your skin tone because I don't personally like the look when it's like super stark, but I know some people do, so whatever floats your boat. And I'm just gonna blend that out with my Beauty Blender, which is slightly damp. Now the next thing I'm going to do is set my foundation, and I'm actually going to use another foundation to do that. Pur sent me this 4-in-1 pressed mineral makeup, and it's in this fun 10-year anniversary packaging. Isn't that cute? Just looks like this, and then they also sent me a brush that goes with it, which matches the packaging. Isn't this so cute? It's also part of the 10-year anniversary collection, and this is their chisel brush. Just going to use that to grab some of the powder and run it just along the areas that I highlighted, just to set them so that they don't budge really. And also it tends to be the areas where I get a little bit more oily. I tend to be on the dry side, but I do occasionally get a little bit of oil, especially when I'm using like really lightweight foundations. So I just want to make sure this is gonna stay put. All right, so cute. All right, and then I'm going to use the other end of the Cameo Contour, and this is in the color light. I'm going to use this to actually contour my face. So I'm not going to go too crazy. I don't want anything too wild. And then just on this side also, just a little bit. I don't need too much, but just a little bit. And I'm just going to use the same brush actually to blend it all in. And the next thing I'm gonna do is add a little bit of blush, and I'm not gonna show you the inside of this because unfortunately this arrived from Pure and it was broken. I was so sad about it, but this is the blush in medium, and it's just a really pretty kind of nude, kind of warm bronzy blush color that's super pretty. I really like it. So I'm really sad it's broken, but it's okay. I will probably just try to fix it myself. And then of course the star of the show, this is the Love Your Selfie 2 palette, and it is just beautiful. I just love all of the pretty colors. They're perfect for fall. Look how pretty this is, and it does come with highlighters, a blush color, as well as a bronzer color. So if you don't have those, or you want to be able to have a palette to take with you when you're traveling, you know, for all of your holiday parties or whatever, you have it all right there, which is just so great. And also obviously it comes with a travel size mascara, a lip liner, and a lip color. It's seriously perfect, and they did such a great job in picking out the colors. I really wanted the Love Your Selfie the first time it came out, but I was like, oh, I don't know if I need it. So I'm really excited that they sent this to me. It was so sweet of them. And yeah, so I'm just gonna jump in, and the first color I'm gonna use is actually, what I think I'm gonna do is I'm going to do Sketch, which is kind of unusual. Usually you wouldn't want to start with a dark color, but I think what I'm going to do is kind of do a one eyeshadow look, but just add some other shades to kind of brighten the look up, if that makes sense. So this is going to be my like main shadow color, and then I'm going to blend upwards with some of the lighter colors into the brow bone area, and then I'm going to add just a little bit of pops of some of the other colors as I go along. So anyway, this is a get ready with me, so we'll see how it turns out. Hopefully it works. So I'm just going to use a fluffy blending brush. This is a crease brush from Morphe, and I like that it's a small compact size, and I'm just going to blend a concentrated amount of the shadow kind of at the base right along my lash line, and I'm just going to add just a little bit more until I get to the crease area. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye. And then I think I'm going to take a little bit of this panorama color, and I'm going to actually put that into the crease area. And then with a fluffy blending brush, this is the Taper Blending E40 from Sigma, I'm going to use a little bit of Statuesque, and I'm going to blend this together right here. So it's a little bit softer, and I'm going to work on blending that up and diffusing out the colors. We don't want any harsh lines here. I'm just going to do the same thing on the other eye. And then I'm going to take a little bit lighter color, this Pose color down here, and I'm going to just work on this. I'm just going to add that to add a little bit of brightness. And then I just want to add a little bit of brightness to the center of the eye. So I think I'm going to try Abstract right there. And Abstract is this color right there. I think a little bit of my color got blended away, so I'm going to add just a little bit more Sketch to the outer third here. And then I think I'm going to use a combination of the highlight here, overexposed, and megapixel. I just love this gold. It looks so pretty. And I want to use this on the inner corner of my eye just to brighten things up here. And then along the lower lash line, I'm just going to take a little more Sketch. Do that about 2/3 of the way. And then I'm going to grab, with a little bit of more fluffy side, I'm going to grab Mixture Megapixel and just connect them and then kind of blend out. And that's it for the eyes for just right now. I'm going to go in with a fan brush, and I'm going to grab some of the overexposed and a little bit of photogenic, and I'm going to use that as a highlight. Just add it to the tops of my cheeks. A little bit on the nose. I would say this highlight is definitely more on the subtle side, but it is very pretty. It's definitely not like super bam in your face, but it's definitely pretty enough. I think it does its job well. Next, I'm going to do my eyebrows, and I'm going to use the Browder. This is a brow perfecting powder, and it has kind of an interesting applicator. It just looks like this, and then you just kind of put it onto your brows. And then obviously we're not going to leave it as is. We're going to blend all of the product into the brow using a spoolie. And this one is just on an e.l.f. brush, the angled liner. And something I am going to go back and do is I'm going to add a little pop of highlight to my brow bone. So I'm going to use Overexposed and a little bit of Photogenic. It's that kind of blush color, but I think it'll be really pretty under the brow bone. And then I'm going to go back and actually add some mascara. I'm going to use the Fully Charged mascara that came in the Love Your Selfie 2 palette. Then I'll go along the lower lash line as well. Alright, and the last thing for the eyes is going to be liner, and the reason I always do my mascara first is I find that it's easier with mascara on to line my eyes. I don't know if anyone else feels that way, but I just feel like I can see it a little bit better about how like my eye is going to end up looking, and I'm grabbing my mirror here just so that I can see a little bit better. Oh, and this is the Double Ego dual-ended eyeliner in Swiss Alps. I'm using the felt tip liner side. Alright, and once you're satisfied with your eyes and they're all done, then we're going to go in with lips, of course. So this is the Velvet Matte Lip Pencil. This is in Focal Point. This lip liner is just so soft and so easy to use. And then I'm just going to follow up with the lip gloss that comes in the palette. This is the lip gloss in Silhouette. And once you've applied your lip gloss, then that's going to be it for this Get Ready With Me. I hope you enjoyed getting ready with me with all Pur Cosmetics products. I had a lot of fun trying these out. Obviously, the Love Your Selfie 2 palette was probably my absolute favorite product. I mean, it was like multiple products in one, so how could I not love it? So I hope you enjoyed seeing how all of these products work in action. If you want a full play-by-play of all of my thoughts about how each one of these performs long-term, definitely click over to the blog. I'll have all of that information and maybe a little giveaway for you as well. If you want to check that out, I'll leave the link in the description box below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe so you can catch all of my Get Ready With Me's and more product reviews coming at you soon. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!